Hello everybody, today I just wanted to talk about companion skills in Diablo 4 Season 1. So first off, I would say these are definitely B tier builds. So I know Maxroll has them listed at F, but I disagree with that. I think with Crone Staff and the Barber, you can easily run very smooth companion builds now. So, I've run this all the way from like level 70 all the way up to 97. I'm having no issues. I am clearing virtually all content just fine. And even at level 87, I was able to clear Nightmare Dungeon 59, and that was like 26 levels higher than me or something at the time, right? So there's definitely some strength to the build this season with the Barber and also with the Crone Staff. Now, there is a caveat to it. It also depends on the way you play it. So first off, there's going to be two ways to play it, I think, and these are going to be, the two best ways. You can play it whichever way you want, but I think these are the two best ways to play it. So first off, it's either going to be utilizing these to buff the damage of a core skill with Shepherds so you can get a big multiplier on them, or just not running a core skill at all, running Crone Staff, and then just trying to do all your damage with the Barber plus companion actives, right? I think those are going to be the two best things. Those are the two most consistent playstyles I have found with this. So yeah, that being said, so like I was saying, you can clear about 90% of content. You're not really going to struggle until maybe you get to Uber Lilith or High Nightmare Dungeon, like tier 80s and above, that kind of stuff. So that means you can use this for the majority of what the majority of players are going to be doing, because there's going to be tons of casual players that don't even think about doing High Nightmare Dungeons, even with all the nerfs. So if you're just looking for a fun build to play, yeah, for sure, go companion builds. They're fun. Not only that, companions are super godly early on, so they will completely carry your leveling experience. Like if you're like level 30 or something, just throw companion skills on your bar, max them out, and just watch your life get easier. Watch Poison Creeper one-shot everything, and then watch your wolves start to one-shot things. And even Ravens is super strong then too. So yeah. So I mean, that's kind of the upsides to them. Like I said, I'm not a fan of running a core skill with them, unless you're just going to try to not do damage with the companions. But yeah. So anyway, so the downsides is going to be probably no Uber Lilith. It's also going to be, I haven't tested the High Nightmare Dungeons yet, so I'm not 100% certain if you're going to be able to go past 80. 59 is currently the highest I've done. Your wolves are going to die to explosion effects the higher up you go. However, this is being buffed in the next patch, so Fire Enchanted and stuff like that is going to do way less damage to Necro minions and wolves and Druid companions. They have a lack of crazy good multipliers like what Grizzly Rage has, so this build's damage is never going to scale up to be like what Grizzly Rage is or what some of these other top-end builds are that rely on Grizzly Rage. Second, so this is kind of circling back to what I said before about core skills, is that if you want to do a true companion build where your companions deal damage, I just don't think it makes sense to run a core skill because you have way too much anti-synergy. So if you're like, it's kind of like you get one or the other. Either your core skill does damage or your companions do damage, right? Because it takes so much investment, right? You got 5 here, you got 15 points you'd have to put into all your companion skills, which means you're going to struggle to put another 5 points into Shred on top of all these other things that you're going to need to buff their core skills, right? So I think it's kind of difficult. Not only that, if you look at, if you run all 3 of these, right, so 1, 2, 3, on top of a core skill, you're going to be lacking defensive skills, which kind of sucks. So you're going to have so much investment into these offense, it's probably going to make your defense suffer as well. So yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of like trying to deal damage with both the core skill and companions. I mean, I guess if you did it in a theme build where you're doing like Shred and specifically just wolves just for the theme, maybe that could work. But like if you're talking about like really high optimization, I just wouldn't recommend it. I think Crone Staff is going to be better. It's going to be way better to just do that and to not run a core skill and focus on that. And then I would say that the other issue is in the end game. I think you really need Storm's Companion and Crone Staff for these builds to really start to pop off. So I guess that would be probably the last one, is that you kind of need some uniques once you get around like level 80 and stuff like that to really help with the functionality of the build. So these two things are pretty integral. So once you get to end game, if you're trying to do a companion build and you're trying to get resets, you're going to probably have a little bit more difficult time getting those resets. That being said, it can be done. I'm sure there are some setups out there that can still get you some decent resets, but nothing's going to get you resets like Great Staff of the Crone. So if you have like kind of bad RNG and you don't get Great Staff of the Crone, that's gonna kind of suck. But it happens. But anyways, I mean, that's really all I have to say, I guess, about companion builds, they are getting buffed. Wolves are getting buffed. Aspect of the Alpha is getting buffed. Raven damage is getting buffed. So they're going to be even better next patch. But right now, my thoughts, if you want the TLDR, companion builds, if you run Crone Staff, is a solid B tier build and is definitely super fun to play. Very easy. Utilizes the Barber really well. So anyways, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about companion skills in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.